Ever stop and think about how your body just knows what to do? You know, when to grow, when to get sleepy, or how to react in a crisis? Well, it's all thanks to this incredible, hidden network that's running the show 24/7. Today, we're diving into the endocrine system, your body's silent chemical command center.
So your body basically has two main ways of sending messages. You've got the nervous system, which is like a super fast, wired internet connection. It sends direct, point-to-point signals for instant actions, like pulling your hand away from a hot stove. But on the flip side, you have the endocrine system. Think of this one more like a powerful Wi-Fi signal. It broadcasts messages that travel through your bloodstream, and they can affect cells all over your body. It's a little slower to get going, but its effects are super widespread and can last a whole lot longer.
And what are these Wi-Fi messages? They're hormones. Now, the key thing to get here is that they're non-nutrient chemicals. So they're not fuel or building blocks. They are pure information, chemical messengers that travel between cells. They're released in these unbelievably tiny amounts, but wow, do they have massive effects, coordinating literally everything from your mood to your metabolism.
To really get how this all works, you've got to look at the chain of command. Just like any big company, the endocrine system has a clear hierarchy, and it all starts right at the very top, in your brain.
So, sitting at the top of the org chart, we have the ultimate CEO, the hypothalamus. This tiny part of your brain is the critical link between your nervous system and your endocrine system. It's constantly taking in data, monitoring your body's status, and based on everything it sees, it makes the big executive decisions.
Of course, every great CEO needs a top-notch manager to make things happen. For the hypothalamus, that's the pituitary gland. It sits right underneath the hypothalamus, and its job is to take those high-level commands and turn them into specific action items for all the other glands out in the field. It's the absolute powerhouse middle manager of this whole operation.
And you can see that direct line of communication right here. The hypothalamus doesn't just dump its orders into the main bloodstream. No, it uses a special, private expressway, a portal circulatory system that goes straight to the anterior pituitary. It's like an internal memo. Once the pituitary gets the message, then it releases its own hormones into the main bloodstream to tell the rest of the body what to do.
All right, so the orders have been sent from headquarters. Now it's time to meet the specialized glands out on the front lines. These are the field agents, and each one has a very specific, very important mission to carry out.
First up, let's talk about the adrenal glands, which sit right on top of your kidneys. Think of these as your body's emergency first responders. The second stress hits, doesn't matter if it's a real physical danger or just a crazy deadline at work, these glands kick into high gear.
And what do? They unleash the famous fight or flight response. Your system gets flooded with adrenaline and noradrenaline. Your heart starts pounding, your pupils dilate to let in more light, you become laser focused, and your body starts burning through stored energy like crazy. This is way more than just a feeling of panic. It's a sophisticated survival mechanism, prepping your body for peak performance. But you know, not every mission is a 5-alarm fire. A lot of the work is about long-term management and efficiency. And that brings us to our next field agent, the one responsible for managing your body's entire energy budget. And that would be the thyroid gland. It's located in your neck, and you can think of it as your body's thermostat. The hormones it produces set your basal metabolic rate. That's basically the speed at which your cells burn energy just to exist. It fine-tunes how you use carbs, proteins, and fats, making sure your entire system is running smoothly and efficiently.
Next up, we've got a gland that performs an incredible balancing act, the pancreas. Its main hormonal job is managing your blood sugar, and it uses two hormones that do the exact opposite thing. When your blood sugar gets too low, alpha cells release glucagon to bring it back up. Then, after you eat and your blood sugar spikes, beta cells release insulin to bring it back down. It's this constant, perfect hormonal dance to keep your energy levels stable.
Now, this whole system of communication is amazing when it's all working perfectly. But what happens when the signals get crossed or the messengers just don't do their job? Well, a breakdown in this network can have really serious consequences for our health. Here's a perfect example. The thyroid needs iodine to make its hormones. Simple enough. But if your diet is deficient in iodine, the thyroid can't produce what it needs to. Meanwhile, the pituitary gland up in the brain keeps sending signals, basically yelling, "Make more hormones." In an attempt to keep up, the thyroid just grows and grows. The result is a goiter, a very visible sign that this communication loop is broken. And then, of course, there's diabetes mellitus. This is what happens when that blood sugar balancing act we just talked about fails.
Either the pancreas isn't making enough insulin, or the body's cells just stop listening to the insulin that's there. The result is prolonged high blood sugar, hyperglycemia, and that can cause damage to tissues all throughout the body.
So as we start to wrap this up, it becomes really clear just how important this network of silent regulators is. It's this invisible system of glands and hormones that's constantly working behind the scenes, fundamentally shaping your life every single second of every day.
I mean, just look at the job description here. It's regulating your metabolism, your growth, how you respond to stress, your body's water balance, even how well your immune system works and when you feel sleepy. It's absolutely staggering. This system is the quiet, tireless engine driving your entire physiology. When you really think about it, your entire experience of being alive, from how you feel to how you grow, is profoundly shaped by these microscopic chemical messengers. Which leaves us with a pretty mind-blowing question to ponder. As we understand this system more and more, what happens when we truly learn how to control it?